Hey folks, ET here coming at you with the week ahead look for SPY. So let's get to it. Starting off with our daily customer sentiment, which slid just very, very slightly. Nothing too noteworthy there. We're still in that buy the dip mode. We want to keep an eye on that over the coming sessions and see if there's any data that aligns with a further slide or if we just stick into that buy the dip mode. Next up, we're going to check our dark pools 606.5, 605.4. Mark those SIG prints on your chart. Remember, do not worry about bull or bear. It's just where the positioning is when it comes through. So if it's below, it would consider support. That's just how the platform prints it out. So don't worry about that. Just mark them on their charts. Something we talk about every week and every morning is dark pools and how far away price is. And my goodness, our largest aggregate dark pool dropped about $4 here, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. We're very far away from price. Doesn't mean just immediately start shorting. Wait for Gamma to start to tell that story for us as well. But for now, we are just going further and further away. Last time we saw this happen, it built up, kept dropping. Then it raised up to current price, and then price dropped down to where that previous at largest aggregate was. Keep an eye there. We're going to start shortening up our videos this week just a little bit to keep everybody moving a little bit faster. We're going to stop covering price distro. We're just going to stick with whale positioning, our customer sentiment, our dark pools, and then, of course, our gamma and gex and vex profile. Don't want you all having to listen to me talk for 10 minutes every single weekend, multiple times. So we're going to shorten it up a little bit. Here we go. Our whale positioning is interesting. We have 590, moving up a little bit. 615 moving up a little bit. So this might be a spot where we start to eye if Gamma says to take a break from longs for a little bit. Also have 610 coming up just a little bit. We've got flat here at about 607, and then our 600 is just slightly downtrending from there as we go. I've removed some of the ones that were pretty flat that nothing was happening with. So 615, 590, let's keep an eye on that as we go along. Moving straight into our gamma now. Our aggregate really has a crazy range. 598 all the way up to 620. Largest pull right now is 606 on the ag. Interesting to see there. Another sizable one at 610. And then we see that 615 showing up there as well. Let's dig into our dailies and see what shakes out there. So 12-9 Monday. Very easy look right here. If we stay above 607, 608, and 606 at some positive repel levels, then we can get up to this 612. We break below these, then we have some downside potential down to 600. That would be one heck of a drop from where we closed the other day. But keep an eye. Those are going to be our important levels on Monday, 607, 608. There's a positive gamma cluster here that could hold price all day. What we don't want to see happen is a dip to 606 and then a range day in between these three things with these somewhat equal pulls at 605 and 610. That could happen, but we definitely do not want to see a chop day or a range day. Let's get into Tuesday, 12-10. See what's going on there. This is a very interesting look. We've got a top of 615 with gamma, and then a lower end all the way down at 600 with the 611 pull is the biggest. If we somehow have a volatile Tuesday for some reason or another, and this data doesn't change, if we dip down to 600, good spot to eye some longs towards the upside. And if we can't pass 615, a nice spot to add shorts down to 611. Remember, data does change throughout the week, though, so we got to keep an eye on those pre-market preps we do starting Tuesday morning, because Monday's data is already in the video, in this Sunday video. Starting every Tuesday through Friday, we do those, so you want to keep an eye to see if gamma has changed, because those profiles end up working out very well most days. All right, let's check Wednesday, 12-11, then Thursday, and then Friday, then get us out of here. So 610, big repel. Easy look here for Wednesday, above 610, room up to that 615 again. We lose 610, we have room all the way down to 604. Biggest pull is 608. Nice range there a little bit. Starting to see some potential downside here that I don't think we've seen in a couple of weeks. We've just seen a lot of levels growing to the right all week long. So we want to see if that continues, or we continue to see some lower levels growing out here towards this spot here, this 605, that 600 area that we kind of saw happening there. So easy look there. We just got to trade green to green, ignore the in-between. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 12-12. Let's see here. So this is a little bit more complicated. We have a big gamma cluster here between 607 and 610. We do not want to get trapped in this price range that day. We have a sizable pull here at 611. What I fear here on Thursday is that we get stuck in here because of these pulls that are on the either side of here, 600 and 611. But for some reason, we have had a big dip and we see a lot of bullish net flow on that day in a gamma range that's showing some upside. Then we buy the dip all the way from wherever we have dipped to up to this area here. Once again, we see that 614, 615 area showing again. So we'll see. We haven't seen a whole lot past that so far. So keep an eye on what it looks like if we get to that 615 at any point during the week. All right, we'll go ahead and check our Friday. Fridays are a little bit messy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, usually due to hedging and rehedging, all those things. So we'll go ahead and see. Friday showing kind of a little bit of a different thing. Same little gamma cluster in this range here. A small repel all the way up here at 640 with a 606 pull and a 610 pull. So it could be a decent range on Friday there, 610 to 606. Keep an eye on this 604, 605, 606 area as the week progresses to see if more pulls start to happen towards that area, and we'll know that that would be a good spot to short it towards. And then if we see some repels on our ags or on our dailies, then we know that if it hits that spot, we might bounce up above it. Kind of a convoluted looking gamma profile this week. Not a huge fan, to be honest, but we will update every morning as we go along so we can see what has changed, where price is in relevance to our greens and our red attracts, and see if anything has changed drastically. All right, we'll check our GEX and VEX profile. Lastly, remember, further below zero, the blue line is, the more price is supported. So it's really showing price support right now a lot around the area we're trading in. If we move up a little bit, I like to draw a little bit of a line just to see. We have 598 to 615. That does make a little bit of sense with some of the gamma we saw. This does change throughout the day. Remember to keep an eye if it starts to walk one direction or another. So you start to see these dots here, start walking towards this spot over here, start to look for more upside. If we're going up and you start to see these walk left a little bit towards these numbers here, then it's a good time to recheck gamma and maybe look for a short. All right, that is all for now. Everybody have a fantastic week. Stay safe out there and go get that Oprah money.